Okay, it is 12:03. Look at this. I heard there was more breakages of the ferries today, but I think they're running right now. Although the ferry staff have to always say we're always running, even when it's broken. Otherwise the cultish brainwashing gets them in trouble if they don't buy it. But so not only did I leave the property that I was parked on, but I'm on the island that they believe these elites from HICEEC own, and I saw their office, but I didn't knock on the door when somebody's there. And again, I asked them before. I said, the legal contract is not legal. I'll sign it for you. There's many ways you're already in violation of it when I sign it, but there's also no address. And I told them to put the address, and they never did. And when I asked about address, they said, oh, we're not sure if we're there or there. It's like, holy crap, there's a lot of stuff going on. And I think a lot of people from Hornby Island are big fans of them, and when they see that I didn't make an instant domesticated sheep, when I never showed signs that I would, really, sending a dumbass resume doesn't mean, I've actually been very clear. If they would have come for a meeting, the meeting, if they would have given me a chance, would have had one question for me and one request for me, if it was a real meeting. And the question would have been, is it possible that you didn't get my emails? And if so, there's a way to verify by just checking our inboxes, and that could explain things. But the thing is I believe they get emails, and if it doesn't please them what I ask, or if it complicates their life in any way, or it seems to kind of compromise the easiest path of facilitating the status quo for them, that they'll ignore it. And they say, oh, Martin said he'd email us. They pretend the communication flaws are with me, and it's easy to prove reality that it isn't. So my question would have been this, and the reason it would have been, oh yeah, because it happened to me once when I was in North Ontario. An employer apologized later for something that happened at one of their sites, because the email only reached them 3 months later, and it was a Gmail. And they proved it to me. I could see there was flaws, but I don't believe this is the case here. But there's also the fact I sent them stuff, and they don't answer, and they seem to use the intermediate of Garth, poor guy, is being burned out. And I don't think these guys, although they together agree not to face reality, I don't think they're working as a team to do it. Like, they're all gossiping about each other, or using each other. It's not healthy. So, it's an accident waiting to happen with them. And when people interact with me, it speeds it up. I'm still the captain of accountability. I can't compromise that. And I told them I'm celebrating the 7-year anniversary this weekend of regaining my voice and being the Martin who can't be domesticated, and I'm very good at it now. So you can't violate my human rights. So when I do the court papers, it won't mention numbers too much. I'll let the judge decide that. I'll write, but it's mostly about human rights violations. And I could put breach of contract, and I can let the judge decide. I said I'll be presenting a lot of evidence. It'll be like this. So again, the address, whatever, as long as it's done in a way that somebody signs for something, and that's easy to get. So what else did I want to say? Just a moment. Oh yeah, if they were going to ask for me before the meeting, have a question. The question is it possible you didn't get my emails? Which is a long shot. It's just to show that, they haven't been communicating efficiently or fairly with me. The other thing is I have a request that the meeting that may have been possible this morning would have started with them setting goals for what the meeting is about and what is intended to be achieved. And again, that would have upset them even if they were motivated to have a meeting, because when you try to domesticate somebody, you really don't want them to act in this way, like they have human rights, like what they say matters and all this stuff. So let me just say one more thing. Just hold on. Okay, I remember it is the pause button twice for this. So the bus driver, I didn't get I gave him a peace sign, Garth, from far away when I was getting on. He might have been looking far ahead and noticed my vehicle. But the thing is also I'll send him an email, because I remembered last night that the sticker of the commercial...
Attention passengers, BC Ferries is taking all appropriate measures.
Okay, it seems to be a generic message. It doesn't have any information right now. But I want to tell Garth that instead of punching a hole at the month that expires the safety, and I told them about they should have paid for an annual safety, is I think some places they just cut to the last month. If they don't have the thing to punch the hole, they'll have scissors. So it looked like, it went all the way to December, which would be the 6th month. And that's why, and some places that pass it for 6 months, they might be worried about things, like the parking brake and other things that are vaguely defined on the form of inspections. So they'll prefer doing it 6 months and hope that when it comes back in the notes that they don't give the client, it would say, hey, the windows, if they got worse next time, we have to charge them for it or something like that. Or the parking brake or things like that, right? So I'll correct with him just that the sticker might be accurate. It's just that nothing indicated when it ends because it ends at the last month, and they didn't punch the last month because they're a facility that cuts out the months, instead. And then I wanted to tell Garth in the email, which I'll CC as well, to confirm that I film videos, that everything's clean, his cooler is beside his barbecue, and I really enjoyed his wife's laughter for the joke about the pet black squirrels being on the bus next year, which I didn't think would be that much, unless she pushed it. I don't think she pushed it. She was far away. I think she just really enjoyed that joke for some reason. I don't know what's true or not true about Frances. The others might have said things about her that are true, that made me uncomfortable being there, yesterday, way before, I got that letter this morning. So that doesn't even have their address on it. And again, I never got their phone numbers. They never wanted to provide that. They don't even want to say where they live. This team, right? This team of probably the worst kind of wannabe elitists, really, that live on the island.